Alright, welcome back again. 欢迎大家回来。今天是302天 is day 302. 2 days out from our 300. It's kind of relaxing. Yesterday was alright. Got hit by 4 things that they are most definitely on the low consistency list. I kind of skipped over plastic yesterday. So maybe I'll take a look at that before we start today. Smokey has had constipation issues in the past, I see. And it's about 2 years since his last incident. The last few days, he's not been eating very much. Turns out he's quite constipated again. Vet has to keep him overnight for observation. I see. Huh. Interesting. Constipation is something alarming in animals, right? I'm not entirely sure how constipation works. Do you usually overlook that stuff, or do you not in animals? Like, I don't know how often constipation actually passes, or when do you consider it as an alarming health thing. So we have 4 things from yesterday. The vocabulary was peeping. So P. How do we do this? He's trying out different stacks of prosthetic fingers on the house. And Ing. Criticize. Ping. I'm not sure if I did. Oh, this is the sign thing to tell him to stop lollygagging around, right? The words of prohibiting not real boys from lollygagging. Alright, and then we have che. Che. Che is moreover, and I got reminded of my high effort consolidation of che, te, and ye. They're all related. Moreover is required for all of them. They're all book related things that aren't actually books. And we have she. Which is order. Changed up the mnemonic. Now it's more about caring about the shenanigans of a child mutant setting up a shack with like some repurposed stolen ceremonial mace, and then Professor X went back and placed them back in order, right? He's more of a lecturer and caretaker. And then Su. I don't even know how. I keep forgetting how goat works. Yeah, I keep forgetting how goat works. Just plastic. I think what we're going to change here is maybe at night, after going out for a while. Let's go to Sue. So yeah, we have the mountain goat, but it's a modified mountain goat. That's why it's constantly confusing me a little. And then we have slide. Oh, because it's a modified with the slide. Oh, instead of a drop. Okay. So, what we're gonna modify is, let's say Superman. Superman, bathroom of the house, took his pet super goat to wash up in a plastic enclosure, right? Plastic enclosure. All the soil of Superman at night, right? Returning at night. Took his pet Supergo to wash in a plastic enclosure all the soil from the slide outside. The slides outside. That's what we're gonna do. Because he has super pets. It can be, but the first time it happened, he was near death. Oh, when they took the X-ray, his belly was so full, it was pushing on his lungs. It was definitely an emergency situation. Ah, so you have prior things. Fair enough. Prior experience. It's definitely, that sounds very serious. Safe and sorry. How old is Smokey?
弘扬
Hongyang. To carry forward. Hong? Really? Great Yang? What is that? Fingers and enclosure. Oh yeah. Wow, I haven't used Yang in a while. Yeah, so you're a great hoist to carry forward. Oh, that's interesting. I think this one might be a trouble one to carry forward, to develop. Interesting. Hongyang. Using great. Hongyang. This one can be a little tough. Probably to progress, right? I think to progress this one. And move forward. Move forward, probably. Forward. Oh, sorry. Forward. That's a British thing, actually. Like a forward is a British thing. Forward is an American thing. I remember there was a little fun bit about dropping the R here. Or the difference between British. I think it's forward. I forgot which one's which, but the interesting thing is sometimes Americans drop the R instead of the British, and then vice versa, like car versus car. I think forward versus forward. Maybe the American is forward. It's one or the other. I say back and forth. Whenever I say forward, I type forward. So F-O and drop the R, forward, versus forward. This time you think you caught it early enough that hopefully it's an easy process to get it all out. I see. Smokey turned 10. Wow. We're guessing he said he was a rescue, and when he got him in 2020, he's estimated his age was 5. I see. It's quite a long time. Preparing, right? Hongyang.
弘扬
Alright.
崛起
Jie Jie is the new one, right? So Jie abruptly rising. Oh yeah, okay. Rise abruptly. And then the other one is to begin, or rise, or pretty much rise. So abruptly rise is still rise. Rise, rises, all of your. Okay, we're good. 崛起. Oops.
崛起
崛起
旭日
旭日 rising sun or rising day, that's fine too. I kind of like day over the sun. Okay. 旭日
旭日
rising sun, or while this is probably literally the rising sun, it kind of has an element of the beginning of the day too. So like you could poetically say 旭日开始了 or something like that. The rising sun started. And it could be like the beginning of a new day, like a poetic way of saying the day has begun, right? At least that's kind of how I feel about this. It's a great name. Well, no, the sound is not as great as the character. I think having elements of day and night in someone's name is pretty poetic. Oh, what was the other one? The other one, there was another one that was pretty good. This one would be a great name. Shi Ri. It's not the great. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue though. Shi Ri. It kind of sounds like American names that end with Y's, like Carrie, Mary, Shi Ri. Or like Mari. Or Mari. Shi Ri. Okay. Anyways. Next one. Rising sun.
花卉
花卉. Flower grass. Alright. Defaults to flowers. Flowers and grasses. Oh, okay. Alright, I got you. It's kind of like he yang, like rivers and oceans, or hai yang, seas and oceans, or in rivers and oceans. Hua hui.
花卉火炬
火炬. Fire and torch. Okay, so we default to torch. Okay. Yeah, usually the object tends to have the object with the property tends to carry the English meaning anyways. Oops. 火炬.
火炬
Alright. Got more vocabulary. That's kind of nice. The last 2 days it was like dominated by characters.
Hong yang
This one's probably the trickiest. Takes a pivot. That's a trouble character right there. Whoops.
Hua hui 旭日
I typed the wrong tone for the repeating character. Ah! The typo.
崛起
崛起.崛起.
火炬
Alright.
奸臣
奸臣. Jian, treacherous, Chen, like civil servant, basically official. Yeah, official would check out. Maybe okay, the subject. I think I'm gonna also write treacherous civil servant. Usually that's kind of what they're referring to. It doesn't age as well as official, obviously, but it's very similar. They're talking about someone who is working for the public or the government. Jian Chen.
奸臣
Treacherous is very awfully specific.
废弛，
废弛 to become lax. Discard 弛 to discard loosen. Oh boy. To become lax. Okay. Yeah, to discard like maybe responsibilities and then loosen up. To discard, yeah, rules are loosened, or rules themselves have been discarded, yeah, to become lax. So this is one of the other patterns where the two things synergize with each other. So discarding something and losing something. Actually, discard and lack. Discard and lack tends to synergize with a kind of a negative aspect, or a property that lacks something, like regret, like qian, maybe like qianhan, like lack, regret, which is still regret, because if you're lacking something, you're regretting something or something like that. And this is the same deal. Discarded is a complement to the act of being loosened. And what are you loosening or discarding? The idea of loosening up. There are like maybe 3 or 4 distinctive pairing patterns that pretty much accounts for 80 to 90%, at least so far, of all the vocabulary. You have the anti, supplemental, like a counter couple. So basically like to being added to various objects, so it's just the object, like head. So you get a complement of that way, and then you have a characteristic complement, and then you have an evolving complement. And an evolving complement is if you have one property, the other property is a cause or consequence of that. And then you have your stock. Oh, I guess there's 5 things. The default is that they're synonyms. They are overlap with each other. And then when you break them up, they can carry their own complements and supplementary things. Like you can say head, you know, mouth, or actually body parts are a little different. That's a bad idea. It's more like a bad, good, carry. And then each of the carries can separate into the other categories, where one can be like a different form of carry, and then the other one can be a different form of carry. It's interesting. I really like the built-in, quote-unquote, the built-in feeling of Chinese. The characters themselves kind of explain what category and what modifications they can pick up. And over time, you really rarely, at least in my opinion, I think it would still be very encouraging to people who don't like to see patterns or anticipate patterns to pick up grammar, like some generalized grammar for Chinese. But I actually think the Chinese language, or Mandarin anyways, is really wonderful in the way that if you're anticipatorily creative, you can actually surmise how the characters are used and even constructed together simply, like, sufficiently by looking at the characters themselves. It's kind of neat because that would give a strong case to things like this. Like, this has a sufficient way of encouraging you to construct sentences, despite it's a smoother transition, in my opinion, than Japanese. Japanese requires far more. It's a bigger bridge. Obviously, then Japanese have things in exchange for that. When you start composing sentences and structures, it feels more regular. There's a framework in Japanese sentences. There isn't a framework in Chinese sentences, in the sense that when you look at the characters, they're not framing anything. The particle system in Japanese and the use of a kana hybrid writing system allows you to distinguish things. Like, for instance, transliteration. Japanese, you will know most definitely when something is foreign and is an adaptation or transliteration. Or in Chinese, it's like, why are these two characters next to each other? And then it requires you to have the other knowledge. Like, do you think of 坦克 as tank? It took me a while. I'm like, 坦克, what the heck is 坦克? And 坦 and 克 is very close to Japanese. So I'm like rattling around, and you look at the characters, like I have no idea what that means. That doesn't make any sense. Those two characters together. And then, sure enough, it's tank, right? It's the English word for tank. Anke. I don't think it happens too often though. How Chinese compensates for that is they don't have many transliteral words. In before today, just a few minutes ago, I used Jiazhou. Jiazhou is the newest one, which is California. And Jiazhou doesn't sound like California. It's supposed to stand for California, but it's what I would call the hybrid naming system that Chinese uses, where there's an element of what it's trying to be, jia, but then it defaults back to the Chinese characterization of a state, like a state or place. So, and then when you mix them together, I'm like, what? Add state? What the heck is add state? It's California. And how is California add state? The add part is the part that kind of captures the California part, and then Zhou is the meaning for state. So it's a hybrid word where the state means state. So in Chinese, it's what would be used, and then the jia part is supposed to be like, I think the closest I could say it, I don't know if this is why it is, I don't do etymology, but the way I remember jia is when you try to pronounce this, ta, the closest thing would be is ta. So it's very close to jia. And this is the abbreviation for California. So it's a CA state, California state, CA. So that's how I remember it's Jiazhou, because this would be really close to Jia. I don't, that's pretty much not the reason, but that's how I remember it. Let's see, fa 什么? Fa 曲. Oh, 废曲.
废弛
Reason why I said fa immediately is the thing underneath is fa. And then, you know, you add a shack and it becomes fei. You just gotta feel it out, you know? You gotta feel it out sometimes. Fei chu. To become laxed. Okay.
唐腔
Hang Kang. Kang is a little bit weak. That's our newest character. So you're shouldering a gun. Yeah. Let's carry it. Kang Chang.
唐腔 船闸
Chuang Jia. Chuang boat. Ja. Oh, sluice gate. I'm totally sluicing now. So the sluice is good in this one. When we play a game, if I ever see like a dam or like a floodgate, I'm gonna totally say sluice gate. That's a new English word. I haven't used sluice. I almost feel like this sounds very British. Like usually I refer to them as floodgates or like interlocking gates or water gates, but sluice is pretty good. Canal lock. Okay, ship lock. Interesting. Ship lock. Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. Ship lock. There's a pivot here, so I am gonna... there might be a pivot here. I might add a few things, because if I think of a canal gate, I also think of a canal lock. I think I'm just gonna write a canal gate and a ship gate. This is more English being a descriptor language versus one-to-one thing. Chang, 家
船闸
what?
扒手
Partial. Oh, pickpocket is a little pivot too. Oh man, most of these are pivot stuff. Pa, I gotta make sure I don't say ba for this. Pa, pa is like rake up, and then the hand. So we're just gonna rake up some dough here, and to rake up stuff from other people's pockets. Yeah, pickpocket. Interesting. It's a pivot. Rake up is interesting. We'll see if there are other examples in the future that can elaborate on what pa is. The essence of pa is a little weird.
扒手
I'll show. Okay.
奸臣
奸臣 Kang is with Kang Jiang
扛枪
船甲
船闸
船甲
扒手
扒手
废
贝池贝池 Ah! Wait, whoops. That's to become last.
汉奸
Hanjian, China, and then treacherous. Right. Hanjian. So traitor. Han traitor makes sense. Treacherous Han. Okay, you can legitimately. Okay.
汉奸火炬手
火炬手 torch bearer or torch hand. Yeah.
火炬手
Reading the character legitimately just screams torchbearer. Because it's unlikely to be fire hand or torch hand. Like torch hand doesn't make any sense. Or like obviously like running around it's like torch hand, hands on fire. It would be nearly at this point very difficult to not know that show stands for the act of the person grasping something or having to do something. And it's a position where shou is describing the person, along with like jia and all the others. Like a scholar, there's scholars, professionals, and is more casual a lot of times. So
苗
interesting how so they basically place a placeholder for person or an act or a role. Meow. Oh, this is also meow. Okay. This helps because the other trouble one that I have is meow. This meow, which is describe. And one of the weaknesses is because I can't get seedling in my head a lot of times. And now we finally got the seedling thing. The downside is oftentimes it's not this convenient, where the standalone character means the thing, but the read represents the other characters. But this is one of the foundations. I think this is one of the bedrocks of the Chinese sound system. And I actually think it would be kind of interesting to, instead of using HSK stuff, what would happen if English speaking or someone who doesn't speak or read any of these characters what would happen if they started with all the vocabulary words or all the characters where the characters are the sounds themselves? So like if you see, this is HSK 7 through 9, so you don't get to see this in a while if you're going by the curriculum, right? But if you started with this as meow, then the person would see this as meow immediately. So then when they see meow like show up, right? Although it's not that regular, unfortunately. That's why it might be limited, but when you look at these, all 4 of these is something that relates to m and ao very close. So this is mao, mao, right? Mao, meow, meow, and meow. All 3 is our meow. So, and then we have mao, which is kind of related, you know, it sounds like it. So you can kind of develop the feel for the Chinese thing. The Japanese is a little bit less to that extent, because Japanese have noise in the way of onyomi and kunyomi. But in Chinese, it's, after a while, I would say, how many characters? After like 1,000-ish characters, you start getting like, well, I've never seen this character before, but the essence of the character is there, and also the sound. It's like, it kind of feels like a meow. And that's kind of one of the fun little benchmarks, in my opinion. One of the benchmarks that one develops if they become a little bit more associated with the feeling of being someone who speaks and reads Chinese. You get to the point where, well, you kind of just look at the character and you kind of know what it sounds like. And that's when you also graduate in English too, right? When you get intermediate in plus, you get to a point where like, well, I mean, I've never seen this word before, but I'm sure it's like com, and then there's position, composition. So, and then you kind of feel the syllable, right? Where the composition, or actually composition, right? So you kind of feel where it is, like mnemonics, right? And then you have nick, ma, na, and then you know that m and n situation. I think that's one of the wonderful parts of learning a language. You get to relive that transition again, to the point where you're like, ah, yeah, makes sense. Whenever you're learning a new thing, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that fills in my criterias. Whatever it is, right? Mickey Mouse is inside the barn, preparing seedlings to feed the cows. He goes from cow to cow, giving them each a handful of seedlings. However, some of the cows are afraid of mice and refuse to take a bite. Oh, that's kind of cute. I like this one. Maybe at the same time he's describing he's feeling the seedlings with his fingers and describing it. That's how we're gonna link with meow. Vaccine. Interesting. Yi meow. Does Yi have something to do with disease? It does have that character of disease. So like, for example, I don't know what the left character is, right? But Yi with the character itself, that doesn't look like Yi, so I don't have enough experience to know that it's Yi. It kind of looks more like a Bing, or a Sh, or a Wu, or a Wei. But Yi is, so I don't know Yi, but if I look at the character, it has something to do with weapon and illness. So it's a weapon illness where you're setting a seedling to. So it has something to do with setting the seeds for something of something of illness or harmful. Maybe it's a small, or it's an epidemic, yeah. So that's fine. So it deals with like a weapons illness, right? And then seedling. I would have thought maybe it's a small thing, like an armed potential illness, but it hasn't happened yet, but it looks like it's epidemic. When you put the words together, you can kind of feel the essence of the word. Like, oh, well, it has something to do with being ill, right? But epidemic is a bit of a stretch for me. And then this one is he, miao, and he is grain, so grain and seedling together. And then we have that young. It looks like young, so young miao. So young has a pillory and a grain, so it might still deal with a plant or a grain of sorts. It could also be like middle stage or early stage. It could be saying a stage. Seedling. Okay. Yeah, early stage grain. Like early to middle stage grain. Or a reflection of a grain, which is early stage. So you're reflecting a grain, but it's probably middling, so it's a seedling is yet a grain kind of situation.
苗 成
It would be kind of cool to be able to do this with English, but English is descriptor language, so you have to explain the word outside the word itself. Like, for example, outside of compound words like fire, fire fist as one word. These are compound words, so outside of compound words and words that have suffixes and prefixes, you can't describe the word. Like could can't really describe the word without using words to describe it. So that's what I'm referring to when I say it's a descriptor language, where it's very difficult. While this can describe itself, there's a the way it's represented can describe itself. Like the relationship between this and this is descriptory of itself, while could can't do anything without other words. You need to describe it yourself. So oftentimes, like, I almost feel that Chinese and Japanese kind of captures the current like internet gen, right? The internet gen, because the language itself is containing the information. And one thing that I feel the internet gen doesn't quite like is to be expressive of in their own words. So in a way, Japanese and Chinese kind of caters to the less need to express in their own words. So like when you say cheng, it says a lot of things. So fewer things lead to more explicit information. While in English, whenever I talk to someone in English, and if they're talking about improving their communication in English, you have to become more descriptive. And descriptive requires explicit empathy. Meanwhile, you can say something like "arigatou gozaimasu," right? And it kind of says a lot in less because it's very descriptive already on its own, and it requires less. So whenever someone says like "hi," the English is trying to transform into "hi." Okay, whoever hears "hi," it has to be contextualized. So if it's morning for you, "hi" also means good morning. How's your day? What's breakfast like? Or how's the weather? All of that would encompass, Ohayo, right? As opposed to hi, as in hi only means hi in English. It's trying to become the other thing where hi is everything. Like hi replaces how are you? What are you doing? What's on your mind? So whenever it says hi, it's like, all right, it's a blanketed statement. And I think Chinese and Japanese does that more because it's also culturally relevant. It's business oriented. So pleasantries are very much reserved for the closest of people and not the not for strangers situation, and it kind of embodies in their language too, at least in my opinion. When if I were to do a generalized communication thing on how to greet in English, it would be far more verbose than in Chinese and Japanese, both for cultural reasons and for linguistic reasons, or practical reasons. I'm not a linguist, so I'm just gonna say pragmatic colloquial usage reasons. Like Ohio would require like 3 or 4 sentences in English, and I would say that's not bad or good. If you're able to express Ohio in 3 or 4 English phrases, you are getting the equivalence of expressiveness for both. Unfortunately, in my opinion, or maybe fortunately, from an English perspective, if you speak English like you speak Japanese or learning Japanese and Chinese, then in my opinion, that is deficient communication skills for forming relationships. Because when you say Ohayo in Japanese or Ni Hao in Chinese, you're not there to form relationships. You're not there to form contact. That's why the language has that. It has that property because there is a lack of pleasantries when meeting between strangers. In English, you would exchange it for like 3 or 4 different phrases at the same time, back to back, because it is part of the cultural and baked into the language chicken or the egg situation, right? Did the culture shape the development of the language? Yes. Did the language start off something to be pragmatic? Yes. But over time, I think the culture ultimately affects the development of the English. So because of in my opinion, the heightened interest in Chinese and Japanese culture, or Asian, the most accessible Asian exposure like Korea and whatnot. Of course, there are niche Asian countries that have their respective proportional enthusiasm. English has become that online. I think the vast majority of usage of English is ironically very comforting to me, because that's kind of basically, I don't speak to people in English anymore. I speak to them in Japanese and Chinese using English. When you say, hi, how are you? And then never respond to it, that is Chinese and Japanese with English. When my parents say, hi, how are you? They don't really expect a response or a casual conversation. They're just, it's the end. It means everything. All that stuff. Like, oh, hi, how are you? I don't need to hear your response. I'm wishing you a good day, saying hi, goodbye at the same time, and we're on our way. Like, you have to read the context. If you're walking by each other and you're saying, hi, how are you? Do not answer. Just go. Like, they just walk by each other. For me, in English, I'm whenever someone's like walking around and I see the context, right? I see the context, like they're looking around, they're looking on a map. I would say, hi, how are you? It kind of looks like you're looking for something. May I help you with it? That would be my way of evolving English communication, because to me, that would be the representation of the usage of English. If you said Ohio and then the people actually have a problem, they would probably stop you, ask formally where something is, because that's the approachable way, at least in my opinion, for Japanese and Chinese, when they contextually read what that is. In English, you would initiate with the question. You would initiate as the initiator. So it is, the burden is kind of on the individual to initiate something, at least in my opinion. Oftentimes English is great for in an English place, right? English speaking place. The language is great at being explicit or descriptive as opposed to inference. There's less inference in English. So I've been able to really appreciate that and notice that even more now that I watch Chinese and Japanese content from a language perspective. Like when they talk, it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Huh. Like if you read the subtitles, if you read English subtitles of Japanese and Chinese programming, it often feels like something is missing in English. It's constantly missing in English. And now it's felt even more because like when they're talking, it's like, oh, this is, and then it translates to this. I'm like, it's missing something in English as well. So it's the reverse can be appreciated now where, oh yeah, I kind of understand what they're saying in Japanese and Chinese and I kind of feel it. The thing is the subtitles reflect in English that is poorly constructed, at least in my opinion, that and not poorly in the sense of it's not good enough. It's the type of English that I see online. It does not communicate enough ideas. It does not communicate with explicit execution. It's not eloquent and concise. It's typically very trite and like a little bit loose. It's really loose and imprecise. It's so general most of the time that when you're listening to the Japanese, I totally understand when people say, oh yeah, when you learn Japanese, you finally understand what they're saying. It's like, yeah, because there's a lot of contextual nuances to Japanese and Chinese. However, the other part is also happening. If you're watching a lot of Japanese content or Chinese content and you're reading the English is trite. It's incredibly trite and obtuse. As in, when you speak like that, if you get so used to seeing those subtitles and you think, and you keep reminding yourself, no, the Japanese people, people who are speaking Japanese couldn't have just mean this. It still doesn't prevent the person from saying, oh yeah, next time I'll speak like this, like in an anime. And that English, the subtitles that are translated in anime, that's absurd. It's a really weird way of speaking to people. Like, oh, you're such an idiot. I'm like, what? And the people who watch anime and like Chinese content, they would say, oh yeah, obviously Chinese and Japanese, they don't really just say this. It's got to have a deeper meaning. It's like, yeah, it does. But in English, that's not what it says in English either. That's how you express something. Like, oh, dude, that's hot garbage. That would be like a loss in translation for Japanese and Chinese's mannerisms as well as English. When you say something's hot garbage, it doesn't say anything. You're trying to embody what you reflect. So one of the greatest trends in algo speak and like in special interest speak is when you say hot garbage, you mean like 3 paragraphs worth of English when you say hot garbage, but you didn't say any of those things. So you're unable to construct eloquently what you mean by hot garbage. So hot garbage sounds like baka. When you say baka to someone in Japanese, it's like trying to explain something but unable to explain it. Like you're using it inappropriately. So whenever I hear someone say like, oh yeah, that's pretty mid, I'm like, I have no idea what you mean anymore. It's like, well, mid. All the people around me, the internet group that you're part of, knows what mid means or know what I mean by mid. It's like you're not explaining anything in English. English is not contextually like that. At least in my opinion, it's one of the biggest disconnects between Chinese and Japanese, which are usually the frame of reference now for their language versus English. So now I always get to digress and connect them for fun because whenever I'm watching anime now, I actually am interested in reading the English subtitles for 2 perspectives. Before, I usually try to say, does the English capture the Japanese meaning sufficiently? So does the subtitle explain what I understand about the Japanese language sufficiently? Now I'm saying, okay, I understand what they said in Japanese, Does the subtitle capture it in English? And usually, no. I think the subtitles, when they translate subtitles from the Japanese meaning, the English is done a disservice as well. Because English, the thing is, you have to be a fast reader because the English would be really long. There would be a lot more words, and it's not a bad thing. I think for a lot of younger generation, having to type more words or write more things seem more overwhelming than doing less. So this one character does a lot in English, or quote unquote a lot, but it's more of a perspective shift. English is rich because it does require a lot, but that a lot is the same amount that's in this. So yes, it could be literally more, but it requires similar effort. The literal effort is paid by the literal number of characters that you have to write. But the explicitness of English is one of its boons that differentiates it from this. You get more misunderstandings a lot of times from this behavior than in English. So there are trade-offs, right? When you're explaining feelings, one of the habitual nature is if you have a command of English, it will be legitimately common practice to be more explicit about your capturing the meaning of the feelings. This leads to confusing nonverbal communication as a trade-off. How many times have you watched an Asian drama or a rom-com, especially Chinese and Japanese and Korean drama, where the misunderstanding comes from the inability to explicitly describe or make commonality? I'm not saying it's incapable of doing it, but defaulting to a nonverbal communication that creates years of miscommunication. Right? Cue the C-drama series where like 14 people knew each other for 12 years and they finally get to like confessing to each other what their words are because their language is inherently contextual and you have to like assume and read each other's mind through context, right? There are trade-offs, and I know I'm using like C-drama and social media or like entertainment as a representation, but these stereotypes exist because of the inherent nature. You know, it's influenced by how language is communicated, and I still have that with my parents. Often I'm far more quote unquote, you've probably heard this before if you're learning another language, some languages are perceived as more expressive and other languages expressive explicitly by the language itself, and then some languages are less expressive because they are more contextual, right? You're inferring a lot of the things, and that is kind of one of my favorite contrasts between English and Japanese, especially when a video game is dubbed in English and in Japanese. You can actually feel the constraints on which language is the secondary language. Whenever I'm and that's why I really like a Dragon series. They try there is a element of trying to make one story like caricature but still incorporate some of the Englishness in things despite being a predominantly Japanese heavy group. And you can kind of see it, like there's still that brimming expressiveness in English, the weird idiosyncrasies and the huge range of, oh, I really dislike how this character sounds in English, but that's kind of part of the character, and this character kind of sounds goofy in the way they speak English. That is part of English. It's not part of Japanese, in my opinion. Japanese is like, the range is a lot smaller, and that's kind of the nice thing about Japanese if you like that, right? Japanese often like, no, it's definitely not my ears being unable to distinguish, like after hearing hundreds of male performers in Japanese, they kind of sound very similar. It's because the range of Japanese is very subtle, and you can still appreciate it, but there's an upper limit. to it. In English, I'm like, man, dude, that guy sounds like they're speaking a different language practically to this guy. And that's one of the things about English. Pretty I've been watching more content lately, so kind of fun to be able to hear the differences now. Anyways, like digression. Charlie Brown is inside the English manor, trying to. Oh wait, do you look like a Chun? Oh, but you kind of look like a Shun. This is why I keep confusing. This is one of the reasons I confused Shun. Shun the other day. Shun is one day I'll be better at the mouse writing. So Shun, I thought it was Chun, right? And this explains Chun. Chun, a Chun. There's another Chung. The other Chung is something over here. I want to say there's another Chung which has a halberd as well. Like this way. So this is more of a Chung focus, but there is a wedge in this. This is Shun. And that throws me off a little. So we're working on this. Pretty sure. Let's go look at the. So I'm thinking of Chung for change or procedure. Yeah, so this one. It has grain to the left. And then there's also city with a halberd. So this is also Chung. So those are the two I was referring to, but this is the specific one, procedure. So this is related to Chun. Or that's why it would look like Chun. But then we have Sheng, which is technically the same setup. It's petition, but this time the ear causes a change in the sound. It's interesting. And submit kind of reminds me of procedure too. I wouldn't be surprised if Chun it's okay. Submit a procedure. No. What is how would this be related? Submit, maybe a draft. Cheng Gao. Cheng Gao maybe. Or submit. Maybe Sen, Cheng Song. Give? Cheng Gay? No. Gay Cheng? No, Cheng Gay. It's kind of alright. What other ways to like publish? Maybe like Cheng Ban. I do this more frequently now because I think it helps with practicing the essence of Chinese. Whenever you can start thinking like, oh, I could possibly know how to use this character. That's my favorite activity right now. I don't know if I wrote that down in a 300 review. That's probably gonna be in the 400 review. Oh wait, I did mention it to some extent. You can find predictability in character association. So he's trying to submit a petition to one of the lords there, which checks out with Cheng. And he gets on his knees and holds his petition out with both hands towards the lord, who snatches it up and tears it into two without even looking at it. That's Charlie Brown for sure. The other one was grain. You just add grain to maybe Charlie Brown is requesting more grain, but still tears it up and rejects it. Oh, there's no examples. Okay, so this one doesn't even get a vocabulary word. There's no vocabulary words yet. Might be added later, but not now. That's kind of unfortunate.
Hi.
If I had to use Cheng, probably all of the above that I said. Submit Chengban would be great. That's like submit for publication. 장반, or like a submitted publication. And then 呈送, to submit and send, possibly. And then 呈给, to submit and give, so to give a submission. Thai, oh no. It does look like a Thai though. So this is Thai, right? I'm practicing this, but usually I keep this to myself where it's in my head. It's like, oh, okay. Whenever I say it makes sense is when I'm saying there's at least 1 to 2 associations already in place, despite not knowing what this character is. Like this is Thai right here, this part. And then the moon is kind of promiscuous. The moon is very promiscuous, which you can't really lock down what that is. Tarzan is in front of the high school where he finds a strange moon lying in the... No, okay, we're not gonna do that. This is where I'm... It could be lined up with Tai Ba. It's probably Ba Tai. No, Tai Ba, which is fetus plus placenta. Probably. I feel like that's very apt. Or maybe like Tai Zi, a fetus. Or Tai To. Tai To. It might use To instead. There are examples, so we can see what they chose. Tarzan is in front of the high school, right? Where he's getting his GED, where he's learning stuff. And he's taking evening classes or night classes. In a night class, going to night class. So we have mouth and we're combining this machine. We're changing mouth and elbow to machine so that it's less cumbersome. So he's going to night class to learn today to learn about how machines have made taking care of fetuses easier. Because Tarzan is in education. He's in education. Let's see, twins? Oh, strong Bao Tai. Yeah. There's the Bao. Yep. Bao. And then which Tai R. Oh, using child related things. I really thought it would be Bao Tai is what I thought of. But it looks like Bao Tai doesn't stay alone. So this is saying two. Pair placenta, a fetus, so a pair of fetus in one placenta, a fetus that shares one placenta, twins. Specifically referring to maternal twins. Yeah, maternal twins. I think. I actually don't know if they distinguish between maternal twins and fraternal twins. Fraternal twins could share, they could be separated. They're fertilized individually, so there is a chance they both occupy in like a separate thing. So I don't know about that. It still would encompass this. They would still be in the placenta, despite having two fertilization actions versus one. Let's see, Thai R. So they use the child as a way to, instead of toe must be have a not the literal body parts. It doesn't do literal body parts. It does more like the figurative stuff. In embryo, we don't know. I don't know pay yet. To have an abortion. Whoa. Whoa. That's really complicated.
Hi.
Okay. Fetus. Neat.
苗
Hmm?
成
Han
汉奸
火炬手
火炬手胎赤
Crimson. Okay. I'll write red too. Oh no, okay, they already included red. That's fine. Aka. Right, Aka. Charlie Brown is in the bathroom of the house, which is covered with crimson blood. Oh, poor Charlie Brown. In the middle on the towel is a pedestal that has a pair of bleeding fins on top. The source of the crimson color all over the tile, bathroom wall, and okay, bathroom wall. Oh, that's the source. Charlie takes out a cross and puts it over the fins, which he thinks are probably evil or something. All right, I'll take that. Evil fins. I haven't used fins in a while, actually. Deficit. Oh. 赤子. Interesting. You know, this kind of reminds me of a deficit as in it's a red number or a red character. So like being in the red, right? In the red, that's what that reminds me of. A deficit is being in the red. Going down. Like a red stock number. For example, a red percentage. That's interesting. Crimson. Red. Crimson red. Still red. 赤红.
赤尿
Meow. Yeah, I guess we get urine eventually. Neo. Alright. Neo is in the bathroom of the barn. Adequate. Where he is trying to escape from Agent Smith, who has taken the shape of a walking cow. Fair enough. And it's banging on the bathroom door. Neo takes a special flag out of his pocket and drenches it into the urine water of the urinal, which helps him open a portal out of the Matrix in the corner of the room. He is so surprised at work, he pees his pants. What the? Alright. Anything really goes with Neo. I haven't really locked down what we want to do with Neo, other than he just does Matrix things. So we're gonna use a morph. We're gonna rely on morphs. Neo is very rare, so I don't really have a lot of opportunities. So Neo retreated, right? Retreated to the bathroom of the barn. Running from Agent Smith, of course. Always running from Agent Smith. He grabbed a nearby flag in the bathroom. Maybe like he was holding a flag in order to use it to open, to change the, oh man, the urine water in the trough, in the what do you call those things? What the heck's the urinal, the urine water and the urinal into a door to use in order to use it to change the urinal into a door to another place. Oh no. Neo is just wild. Pretty much all of the Neo stuff is pretty wild. We'll just keep it wild. Diabetes. Oh, it's probably like fruity. Probably like sweet urine. Oh yeah. 糖尿病. Yep. Sugar, urine, sickness. Because one of the symptoms of diabetes is that your urine becomes very fruity, or it has a lot of sugar content in it because you're not absorbing or taking up the sugar, metabolizing the sugar. 糖尿病. A diaper. Oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. 尿布. Urine cloth. Urology. 泌尿科 really? Oh yeah, big study. Urology, not a urologist. Kind of looks, it looks like a me, but it's not secret. To secrete, interesting. Secret, there's secret in secrete. That's probably a pure coincidence though.
尿
No.
酶
May? Oh, we have a new component. Oh no, it's another body part. We have so many body parts. I think body parts are the you know it or it's kind of like know it or you don't situation. Oftentimes body parts. What do I have? My top 5 would be like body parts. Extra focus on body parts. Unit of measure. Different types of unit of measure. Properties. Different types of properties like width, length. There, instead of the unit of measure like tons, centimeters, there's also characteristics like width, size, volume that's rough, which is kind of adjacent. Relatives, people. So describing various people is rough. Not professions or occupation, but literally the people, like girls, boys, women, men, mother, father, paternal, maternal, relatives. Oof. Yikes. So we have eyebrows. The flag that is above the eye is known other than the eyebrow. That's actually really good. I like it. No explanation required. The flags above the eyes are the eyebrows.
酶
I haven't even thought of it that way. Oh, now it's so hard to unsee. It's so hard to unsee. Look, it's the eyebrows. These are the brows of the eyes. That's actually pretty funny. I like it. I really like it. Although, did that say flag? It's not really quite flag though. I'll give it a pass. I'll give it a pass. Mario is inside the beach house by the bay. Oh no, you don't look like a May though. It doesn't look like any of the Mays. At least I don't think. Nothing off the top of my head. Yeah, we got Rose recently. We have Plum, right? And Matchmaker. All. Small object. Yeah, it looks like none of them. This is gonna be a standalone May. Actually, most of the Mays don't look like each other either. The most consistent is the bucket and the wooden bucket. The wooden bucket is a giveaway. Yeah, that's interesting. He's wearing a pair of shades and swimming trunks, of course, right? He is currently battling a gigantic pair of eyebrows that have been followed. Okay, yeah, this is where by I'm not sure. Is it because Kevin decided to choose to be less about these things, where he makes all the body parts just float or severed or something that makes it a little less memorable? So I ended up rewriting most of the body parts. So my comment when I say, oh, body parts are kind of rough, it's also tied to the mnemonics. The mnemonics have them floating around, like fingers randomly floating around, elbows floating around, eyeballs floating around, and they're becoming less of a problem, in my opinion, when they're used in not simply floating around. So sometimes they can be lying around because of like Sherlock evidence and severed or being cut and whatnot. That lines up. I don't think having them randomly floating around is distinctive enough. Mario's inside the beach, in the beach house, you know, wearing his swim trunks, his characteristic swim trunks. And eyebrows. Hmm. It's good. This is tough. Honestly, I'm not even sure what Mario's eyebrows actually look like. Oh, okay. Pretty classic eyebrows. Maybe like he noticed he's in his swim trunks on vacation from his plumbing gig. Peach is also present, right? Peach noticed that Mario's eyebrows need a bit of grooming. Good enough. I can imagine the rest. May Mall. Makes sense. Eyebrows, fur. Joe May Toe. A frown. Wonder what Joe is. Abel plus skin. Eyebrow seems like a difficult one. Oh, rice plant. Cleats. Cleats is not the greatest either. It's sometimes it works, some not too often though. I almost associate cleats with a lot of plant things, and then nah, cleats is pretty common. I don't know how this works. But there is grains and a mortar. I can definitely see rice plant here. But Dracula? Dracula is in the bathroom of the barn where he is growing a rice plant out of one of the mounds of manure. He puts a grain stalk into a mortar and grinds it up with a pair of cleats, creating some extra nutrients that he sprinkles over the rice plant to help it grow. That kind of sounds like Frodo. Not very vampire-y. Maybe Dracula is in the bathroom of the barn. Disguised as a, or undercover. Let's just say, oh no, undercover would be more legend. Okay, disguised as as a farmer. He has a scheme to grow some rice plants using manure from the bathroom, right? Is there's manure in the bathroom? There's manure everywhere though in the barn. Manure from the bathroom. Yeah, the bathroom part is gonna be tough. Although mortars tend to be in the to be tone 4. Manure. Using the manure. And then he takes grain stalks. Right, grinds it up using some cleats and a mortar. I almost feel like making cleats into spikes is not too bad. Oftentimes, a spiky object, right? Thinking of a spiky object is a little bit more utility. And I don't know, we'll offer it to the local farmer. Maybe as a bait. Oh, tall. Rice straw? Oh, the other type of straw. Not the sipping straw, but straw as in like a part of the plant, right? Oh no, it's part of the drinking straw. What? Oh, but the mnemonic is referring to okay, maybe both. Rice straw can be used. Oh, okay, there's rice straw, but it happens to also be used as a drinking straw when combined with pipe. That's interesting. I was thinking of rice straw the whole time. Oh, this is rice straw. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a vocabulary. Oh, that's fine. So it can be used as straw for both. Interesting. But this has a characteristic of a rice plant, but can pivot to a straw, a drinking straw. I think I'm just gonna add the straw now. That's a bit confusing. Oh no, wait. Wait, I'm a little confused. Oh no. No. Wait. Oh, no. This is a similar meaning. Okay, we're fine. That was not part of the related. It's similar, as in straw part. Or the rice part, sorry. The rice part is the similar, not the straw part. Okay. Rice is the root.
到
Okay. Alright. This one's gonna be a problem. Oops. I missed the I.
没
Okay.
到
Okay.
是
Okay.
尿
Yeah, that one's weak. Most of Neo ones are weak. What do we have on Neo? Ning. Ning. Nu. No, not Nu. Ning. Ni. Multiple knees. Nyo. Yeah, all of them are weird. Nian is weird. Nyang is probably the most normal. Nyang. 娘, yeah, no, 娘. Yeah, most of them are weird. So we're gonna embrace the weirdness. Alright, let's go to our review. Okay. What the... Arrange and wait. What? Oh, that's not it. I'm kind of baffled at the moment.
打从
打从小时候起，
从小时候起。And yeah, from now, I'm like, okay.
"磨合
我还在磨合我的新自行车。
What? Reevaluate. I feel like...
干
Okay. Alright, that's fine. Oh, is this liver? Oh, of course it's a body part or an organ. Hmm.
最近
他最近太忙，
懒黄昏
我们在黄昏时回家。
壮实
这匹马很壮实，
高峰
石油的需求已经达到了高峰。
Or high tech. Or high class or high something. Like something at the cutting edge, pretty much. What? Oh. I wrote bien instead of pien. This one has been not the greatest.
左暴跌
房价突然暴跌，
高分 Oh, wait, no, wait. That's peak, actually. That's peak. So that's just the summit or something like that. What in the world? YOLO. Okay. I didn't want to think about it.
破晓，
破晓的景色非常美丽。
宜，
Ooh, this one's kind of weak. Kinda weak. Yi, like, Yi is pretty distinct though. It's a gigantic radical at this point. It's practically a radical on its own.
繁殖，
鱼类通常在水中繁殖。
Heck. I took a jab.
玄，
That's weak. Oh,
年，
it's less weak, but I spent a disproportionate amount of time remembering cotton.
偏见，
每个人都可能有一些潜在的偏见。
Oh no, I've lost it. 每个人都可能有一些 don't know. I'm hanging up on that too. Something 在的偏见. It's giving a booklet. Let's see. No, that's I'm thinking of Kan. What? I don't know what I typed. I'm gonna have to come back.
景， 跑道，
这条跑道的长度是多少？
9000，
Oh, okay.
9000美金太贵了。
Okay, I gotta remember the difference between Nu and this is Nu.
方木，
他因为这件事发怒。
I don't remember what the other one is. Guess we'll come to it when we come to it. No. Heck! Oh, that's strong. This is too loose. Prejudice. Oh, it's leans. In and leans. That one needs a little work. That definitely needs a little work. What the Detsu? What is Detsu? Oh no, all I can think about is Detsu.
烈酒，
大家都喝了不少烈酒。
可疑，
这个包裹看起来有点可疑。
Or doubtful. Doubt and doubtful is fine. Oh no, that's yen. Somehow I want to type. Heck.
圆，村庄，
这个村庄非常美丽。
金字塔。
金字塔，
我们在金字塔前拍照。
Second pyramid. Oh no, that's wait.
自毁，竹竿，
他把衣服挂在竹竿上。
What are you? Let me see. 这个 it feels like 这个 yap yap 今天都很繁忙. Oh no, it's not what I think it is. I thought it's wave. Heck! I'm gonna need some help there.
女，鹤，
Yeah, so what is he? I like, oh no, it's not hate. Like something changing into a silver thing, and I don't remember what it is. Not sure if I'm going to be able to pick it up. What the?
饼干，
这些饼干很好吃。
Some part of me want to say, wait, no, it's not. Oh, I know what it is.
渡口，
这个渡口每天都很繁忙。
无忧无惧无虑。
无忧无虑，
他渴望过上无忧无虑的生活。
Carefree.
无邪，
无邪。
他笑得十分无邪。
牛
牛栏，
牛栏里有10几头牛。
幻想，
他喜欢幻想未来。
蛋，
What? What? Oh, is this la? No. Wait, I gotta rethink that one.
虚，
俩。
俩，
What incarnation is this? I'm gonna YOLO this. YOLO! Dang it.
Fun
is weak. Very weak. Yeah. It's not ban. Ban is stronger for Japanese. What the blowgun? Oops, that's a misspelling on the left.
剑，上旬，
7月上旬的活动很多。
Or suspicion. I guess suspicion is pretty good too. Doubtful and suspicion are pretty lined up together. Oops. B. Wait. Oh no, that's E. Wait. Yeah, I think. YOLO?
鸡，
Oh my gosh, it's excitement. Or excite. Alright, so what's happening here? Oh.
千，
Oh, not welcome. Change, not welcome. That's my bad. Oh no, is this like 心情? What? I thought this was like oh, whoops. That's a 心情. I don't think this is advice. How do you? It's not. It's a negative. I think. It's a negative thing. What? Wait. Oh no, 尽情 sounds better. And then I think I screwed this up. Ah. All right. I need help with that. The heck? Oh, this one's
Hey.
weak. Tranquil is definitely weak. YOLO? That was a bad one. Wait. Jing. What? Hold up. I know the right one is correct, but voice recorder is not respect. Jing. This is respectfully request or invite. Respectfully invite. So it's 敬请.
敬请
驱鬼.
出轨
你出轨.
火车因为铁轨上的碎片而出轨。
Oh, derail. Yeah, that's definitely blowgun. Sandals and blowgun? What? Oh. Wait. What? 英国人喜欢看肉哦。Why am I drawing a blank on this? Oh, wait. No. That's not a... Oh no, that is. What? All I can think about is
道德
oh, it
德
is
国人
the...
喜欢谈论道德。
It is the... But 德国 doesn't help. 德国 is Germany. It doesn't help me with the meaning of 德. 道德. Way of... All I have is like method or something. It says Germans like something, a discussion or like debates or theories or like and 道德 would be something like maybe refined or complicated, maybe, or correct, or solving. I don't know the duh. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be morals. Yeah, way of morals. Yeah, maybe I can improve on morals. I was thinking more like correct, like being correct, which is morally correct or virtuously correct. So in that way, it could also mean solving. But no, I couldn't remember what Dao was specifically. It was a 50-50. Or suspicious. That's fine.
以
It's compare from oh wait, use? Oh right. Yeah, no, it's more compare than can. Yeah, it's from as well. And then this was change. Duh is not used that much actually. It's kind of one of the vocabulary is actually Dogwall for Germany, which does not help. What the 9 watchtowers? Oh, I had a problem with this. I still do. I don't know it again. Oh, man. Not that. Yeah, I don't know where the 9 is coming from. The 9 is weak. There's no chance on this. It is diligent. Oh no, wait, it's not 9, it's muscular arm. That's fine. I don't know why I thought of 9. Let me cover 9 for a sec. Oh yeah. I didn't look at that closely. It's Qing. Qing is fine. Moral ways. Okay. I should think of it as way of morals. It's had ways of morals. Heck. What the bucket? And it's not May? Oh no. Oh, basket. Oh, basket. Yeah.
干
Oh, is this try? Oh my god. Try is bad. Bad news bears.
海湾，
渔民在海湾捕鱼。
I'm gonna use compare. I don't want to use. Use is not good. Oh, is this cha? No? Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
强盗，
警方正在追捕强盗。
安详，
他的脸上带着安详的笑容。
安详 Serene? Serene is tough.
难受，
我的胃很难受。
Or I might have jumped the gun on that one. This is a bad feeling. Right? No. I get this mixed up with Chen, which is advice. It's gotta be something like this. Oh no, it's congratulate. Yeah, I didn't remember this at all. No. Not without seeing it. I guess I should use my Japanese here. This is ga. Or no, yes, this is ga. Where's it go? This ga. Go. Go. Check. It's ga. Okay. I think that's the second time. It's pretty inconsistent.
白云，
蓝天白云，好看。
No.
看法，
你的看法不一定对。
Yeah, no way. I was thinking of something negative, not positive. Here and suit. Hmm. No idea.
"规范
这个行为不符合社会规范。
Or standards? Or hmm.
沙发
那沙发多少钱？
Actually, 难受. That's another way to say difficult. Like having difficulties.
情
That was unfortunate misread right there.
龙转
The what? It's difficult to sex, so it's like unwell. Yeah. I think difficulties is fine. Having difficulties. Feeling unwell is having difficulties. Uh-oh.
超过
不要超过限速。
不要超过限速。Fine. Is this actually get? Oh no, it's not. It's silk. Silk glove. Oh, pronunciation. Oh, this is something else. Just kidding.
难忘
他的笑容令人难忘。
武术
他在中国学了2年武术。
Why is wushu a little bit different? I don't remember the sandal part of wushu. I mean, it's arts, I know, but what is the sandal part for? I actually have no idea what the sandal part is. Oh, he was placing in the bathtub. He dropped resin over it. Oh, ew. I guess. Oops. The what? YOLO?
纸
YOLO? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I was getting James Bond and Sherlock a little bit topsy-turvied. Finger and suit. This is gonna be... we need a rewrite on this. This seems like an early one. Suits are not great, and fingers are body parts. Body parts are probably not that great. Yeah, I'm giving up. Sure. Oh, tidy up. Yeah, we're... Oh no, this one's actually pretty good. This one's pretty decent. It's using an anti though. It's not Shrek. It's uncharacteristic of Shrek is the problem. Maybe like Fiona. We can throw in Fiona now. Might as well. I'll write this. No, this is definitely a problematic one. Okay. I'm okay with this one.
事实
我们不能否认事实，
Or experience or things of the past. Which is facts. History is fine.
T
That's kind of weak.
文献
图书馆里有许多文献，
文献. That's fine. We're skipping documents. There's not much to it. What in the ears? Zhongguo是 something 和国的一个成员。Oops. 联合国。
联合国
中国是联合国的一个成员。
Yellow? Okay, that didn't work.
可怜
他看起来很可怜。
A problem one.
债
Or a debt. Fine. They're related.
欣然，
他欣然同意了这个计划。
Or gladly. Yeah, that's fine. YOLO. Dang it. That's not it. It's like a model standard norm, yeah. Did I not write standard? What did I write the first time?
"高龄，
他已70高龄。
Oh no. All I can think about is Soku. It's gone. 他的性格让人难 something more double body parts is rough. Legs and fingers. There's no chance. Draw. Oh, to catch. We're gonna need more on Jewel. This is all of the Jewels have been weak. Every time Jewel came up have been pretty weak. Can't keep on anymore. It's probably gonna be describing George Costanza having like stubby fingers and short legs or something. He's very stocky. That's probably how we're gonna try to get it more solid here. What? Oh, that's shellfish, not spark. Didn't look at it closely.
辅，食，蔬菜，
儿童讨厌蔬菜。
Why are you weird?
油，
What? Oh, show roll.
诸如
他去过诸多城市，诸如纽约和伦敦。
所
No messing around anymore.
凹凸
这条路面很凹凸。
We're locking this in now. And it's gone.
“幼稚”
我小时候很幼稚。
Ah, that's the wrong. Oh.
瘦肉
这道菜需要瘦肉。
汗津津
他跑完步，全身汗津津的。
What? Oh, that's D.
地
What? Oh, I typed the wrong thing. Okay, we're fine.
钙锅联邦
这是联邦政府的责任。
Federal, not feudal.
捉摸
他的性格让人难以捉摸。
Or arrest. Catch and arrest.
宫廷
皇帝住在宫廷里，
Or palace. Fine.
“保姆
我们雇了一个
Nanny. Oh, wait.
关掉
你可以把音乐关掉。
关掉.关掉 is still kind of weird. Oops, that's sung. Mulberry.
桑
Nope. Nope. What's going on?
沟 红
Trying quite
撤换
他们撤换了老师，
or replace. Replace is fine.
咸
Trying hard to move forward. This isn't brittle, right? No.
跪下
他突然跪下来祈祷。
情侣
这对情侣总是一起出现。
匆匆而去，
他没有说话，只是匆匆而去。
我 I lost it even though I just got that recently.
耕作，
这块的非常适合耕作。
What? No, that didn't change anything. I still think it's the same thing. I still what? Unlock caterpillar and wait. Huh? Oh, did I not read it correctly? I probably didn't read it correctly. Oh. Yeah, I didn't read it correctly. That's fine. I was reading it as like address from last time. Got caught up with the same thing.
饿，是，雇主，
雇主需要保障员工的权益。
Oops, I meant to say employer actually there. Really? Oh. I think that one deserves a meaning thing. So let's go and add a meaning thing to that one. Fathom is not good. Grasp is fine, but rope? I think both of these are just going to default to grasp. I think grope is not good. Catch is kind of okay. That deserves a special mention for the vocabulary word.
斩断，
他斩断了一部分砖块。
T is gonna be a problem in another month or two.
祈福，
农历新年时，许多人到庙里祈福。
What?
独栋，
独栋房屋通常比公寓更贵。
Don't could be a problem in the future. What in the world? YOLO? Okay.
中旬，
中旬是忙碌的时候，
无畏，
他是一个无畏的战士。
下旬，
我们计划在下旬旅行。
What the? Excuse me? Yeah, there's no hope for this one. I could YOLO it and see. But I don't think there's a hope for that. This one kind of sucks too. I know what it means. Oh, yeah.
电，
Oh, okay. What? Oh, not high school.
压，
Oh, wrong tone.
网，
What the heck is tree and spray? Maybe like a wind thing? Oh.
木，
Yeah, that's weak. That's very weak. Very weak.
书写，
他的日记书写了他的内心世界。
This was a misread.
牵扯，
他不想牵扯到任何麻烦。
Che is suffering from the same thing as shi, so I think I'm gonna add che. Gotta do something about che. Pull is quite weak. How do we differentiate when it's just body parts? I guess we have to characterize the character's body, right? The problem is shi. Oh, we have actually 3 things right now with body parts. Yeah, we have 3 things. 食, 桌, and 吃, 车 all involve the same problem, which is body parts or things that are complementing a body part. And all 3 of them do not have the characteristics of their character. 车, this is an exception. It doesn't look like 车 in any way. 食 doesn't look like anything else as well. You could argue suit. No, suit is used for many different sounds. 桌 is what? Fingers and legs. Yeah, it can describe anything. So those are very common problems. All 3 of them are related to the same exact problem that I'm having. This is
耍
oh, not throw off. Oh, messing around.
斩首
历史上许多国王被斩首。
Again, Huai.
怀
This is pure emotion for Huai. Anything that deals with names. Associate with the name. Yeah, see. Same problem. Okay, so I'm getting to the root of the body part problem. I think we're gonna attach all body parts mnemonics to the character itself. So it's gonna have to describe a characteristic of the character. Otherwise, it can be anything. Body parts are kind of just being thrown in there because without any distinction. And the ones that work are the ones that have something else other than a body part in the character, so that it can be tied to something. Sometimes a body part can be served as evidence, which kind of gives it the character. It's a coincidence though that all 3 of them show, like 3 different ones dealing with body parts, show up. A good coincidence, a useful one. Why am I forgetting you? Just drawing a blank right now. Heck. Something 掉了男朋友. Yeah, just either loss or discard. It's so recognizable. And dang it, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank because I was so fixated on the mistake recently. Whoops. That's not the... It's OU, not UO. What? Why? What's happening?
陷阱
他不小心落入了陷阱。
闷，抒情诗，
抒情诗通常以情感为主题。
和，昌，冗，哀，兴，
I think this is just gonna get a pass for now. Oh, wait, it's shy. Whoops. Okay, it's fine.
周，单，雕，斧头，
他把斧头放在地上，
战斧，
他用战斧来作战。
凯，云，翘，义，无，甩掉，
她甩掉了男朋友，找到了新的。
卖，
This is a pretty average day. Yeah, not above average day. Definitely a below or average day, but with more characters. It's largely because of the character swarm. Most of the characters that we got stumped on, so it's more like 4 different problems. Wait. No. All 4 of them are related to body parts. Hang on. And then the other 2 don't. So 4 of the 6 relates to the same problem. So we gotta double down on addressing that. Eyebrows. Meow. That's why I didn't feel so bad. Largely because it's the same repeated problem. They all have the same common problems. We'll go over them soon enough. This one's gonna be a little bit of a problem. True. Meow. May. Oh, this group is nuts. I think out of Miao, I is like okay. Chung is decent, and then the next four are yikes. They're all yikes. And only Chung to some Miao, Ai, and Chung because they look like they're concordant with others. The other four are new and like really messed up. Oh, actually, this cleat and mortar thing for Diao is actually not too bad. Upon reflection, Diao, the other Diao, there's another Diao that works with this combination, cleats and mortar. I'm pretty sure. Probably tread on is what I'm thinking. Tread. Oops. Yeah, tread. So it has a relationship with tread. So this gets upgraded. So these four are fine. These three are wild. Very wild. It doesn't help that one of them is Neo. Ochi. Yang. Probably one of the toughest one in this group. Chen. That's fine. Hua Hui. Qi Ri. Jue Qi. Ang Qiang. No, Kang Qiang. Fan Jia. Fan Jia. Ah, sure. H. An Jian.火炬手. Okay. Yeah, Mickey Mouse. All right. Mickey Mouse, who is in the barn once again, grabbing some seedlings with his fingers. We're gonna tie this with the fingers, making sure that, describing, making sure the seedlings are good. And he takes it and feeds one by one to all the cowpokes. Some cows are a little bit squeamish because he's a mouse. Then we have Tarzan, who is in front of the high school going to a night class on how machines help with the development of fetus, or taking care of fetus and monitoring fetus. Okay. Charlie Brown is in the English manor. Once again, submitting a petition to the overlords, the grand lordies, and ceremoniously rejected as per usual. Charlie Brown once again. This time he's in the bathroom of his house, or the beach house. Beach house. Wanting to relax, but ultimately going to the beach house and encountering a pedestal with some bloody fins all over the place, and the crimson blood is everywhere. So he tries to take out a cross, place it on the fins, pray for his unfortunate life. Okay, we have Neo retreating to the bathroom of a nondescript barn with a flag in his hand. And he goes to the urinals and uses matrixy powers to change the urine water and the urinal into a portal to another place. And we have Mario, who's in vacation, entering the beach house, and Princess Peach noticed that his eyebrows need a bit of grooming. Be a good time for that while he's taking a break from plumbing. Focus on the self. Then we have Dracula, who is in the bathroom right now. In the bathroom of the barn. It's working the barn life disguised. He has a extra trying to be resourceful, so he's using the manure in the bathroom to grow some rice plants, using leftover grain stock and grinding them with a cleat in a mortar. To produce some more rice plants, right? Get in confidence with the local farmers. All right, so let's go over the one that's a little bit disappointing. We have Pian. Which is lean. And then duh. I legitimately forgot what the parts of duh is. That would explain why it's so weak. Oh wait. No, it's not the one that I'm thinking of. Oh, it's the blowgun situation. Oh, I remember now. It does kind of fit it though. This is where like Dracula goes around. The sandals is where it got lost. So I'll go look We'll adjust the sandals, I suppose. The sandals is a throw off. Alright, so now we have 4 related things. We have He, which deals with a muscular arm and a body part, which I actually changed. So this is viewed as a separate problem. Or congratulate. I might actually maybe the other, oh, you know what? We'll make it about Harry Potter instead. Yeah. Sure. Sure is what? Fingers and a suit? So tidy up. Sure is not that bad. Chua more. I think it's just jaw. I don't oh, but the meaning is kind of whack. So jaw is 2 body parts as well. More actually has a body part in it too. Uh-oh. Was it the sun? Oh no. It's like big. I don't remember coffin. I gotta look up coffin. It's a flower. Sun. Tree. More. Which is, I'm gonna use grasp. And no, not ch. Is fingers and feet. Good. Which this one's kind of fine for now, but it's gonna be a problem later. And since it's convenient here, we'll tackle them together. So let's do the first one, which is lean. And I got lost at Slender Man. I don't see how Slender Man is involved in this. So Pinocchio is in front of the pawn shop. Yeah, leaning against the door. Putting up a bunch of helping the store owner. Helping the store owner. Put up a bunch of booklets. On a bookshelf leaning against the shop next to the door. The door entrance. Maybe helping the store owner. The slender man store owner. Not quite Pinocchio. Not quite. I just say like a real boy's job, suppose, something like that. What was the next one? Duh. I don't know where the sandals coming in. Oh, for the electricity plants? Oh, I forgot about the electricity. Oh, and it's not a blowgun, it's a net gun. Right. They're similar in usage. Oh, he was wearing sandals. Oh, I didn't even write this out. So Dracula is inside the electricity plant. Right. Dispensing with his morals. Using a net gun to catch his next victim. He does he thought ahead and wore some insulated sandals to mitigate any electrical discharge in the electricity plant. I forgot to consider the electricity plant when I was going through the part. Alright, so to congratulate. So I converted muscular arms and mouth into a muscular person, right? But I could use just ja. Wait. Or yeah, ja instead from now on. That would make this not a body problem anymore. How often is ja in things? I remember thinking it's in at least more than 2 things. Let's see. 1. This would be the default, right? Ka doesn't help. It's a very specific situation. Actually, it really doesn't show up that much. It doesn't show up at all, really. Interesting. So we're not going to use this. Even change it into muscular arms or like a muscular person doesn't help. Because the other cases I'm thinking of is actually 9. So we're going to dump that. Yeah, we're going to dump that. It doesn't occur more than 3 times. Or 3 or more is my threshold. So, oh, here's one. So jia is 2, but coffee doesn't count. Coffee is very specific. Yeah, it's only 2 times. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's only 2 times. It's not good enough. We'll use add instead. So this makes it not a... This makes it not a body problem anymore. So Harry Potter is in the bathroom of the electricity plant. Taking a break from working. He recently added more value to his stash of shellfish. Shellfish is currency. Shellfish, after being congratulated for his decent. His decent magic usage of plant. That's fine. So this is no longer a body part thing. So now the other three. Sure. Oh, it's gloves. I kept thinking suit. Dang it. Yeah, glove. Glove would help a little bit. But glove is still related to the body part. So, as opposed to suit. So, Shrek is inside the house. Where... Fiona asked him to tidy up. He often doesn't wear gloves to cover his green dirty fingers. But in this case, he is trying to impress Fiona, right? Or some gloves for his often dirty green fingers while tidying up. Okay. Then we have it's the jaw part, which deals with legs and fingers. And now we have to make it about George Costanza. So George is in front of the office. Oh, this is where he's chasing someone else's fingers. That's why. Georgie. George's is running out, right? Running in front of in front of the office building, trying to catch someone running away. It was very difficult considering how clumsy he is with his stubby fingers and legs. Unlike the person he is chasing. Okay. And do I need more? So I want to write something for Joel Moore. Joel Moore. Just say George and Mario are trying to grasp how to catch the criminals, the bad guys. All right. And Che, or no, Che. And now we have two body parts again. This part was okay, but unfortunately he eventually got his little fingers And feet. Angled. Oh, and he's clumsy too, kind of. Unfortunately, he eventually got his little fingers and angled because there was too many wires. Because there were too many wires. Not because he's clumsy, but it's just unfortunate. It's different from being clumsy versus there are too many. It was too unwieldy. I make Charlie Brown more the problem with his circumstance. And then George he creates the circumstance. He is inept. Hey, alright. Good enough. Good enough for today. This is pretty much the average day. You figure out some stuff. Make some mistakes. Or some struggle points, and then improve upon them. Excellent routine. Alright, folks. That's a wrap for our HanziHero session today. We're gonna watch this later. 谢谢. As always, feel free to follow along. Pick up HanziHero for yourself. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. You're always welcome to come on by, share some yap, talk about some stuff, exchange some ideas, keep each other motivated, right? You're always welcome. Until next time, 大家下次见，感谢观看. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get up, walk around, take a quick bathroom break, and I will be back for a P5X update. Thank you.